It is October 21st here, and I got some stuff I want to share with you guys, some cool stuff. I don't know if any of you saw in the email that I sent out over the last 2 weeks, the thing about the free gift. Let me see if I can find it here. Oh, where is it?
The Insta Thumbs thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm working on that right now. That's pretty cool.
That's the one. Yeah. I don't know how long that thing's going to be for free. So if any of you want it, normally it's a paid thing. So I don't know how I got access to it for free, but they sent me a free link and I thought, what the heck, I'm going to share this thing. And they said it was only going to be up for 24 hours. So I got mine and then I tried it a day later and then I tried it a day later and it was still up. So that's why I sent it out to you guys. I'm like, hey, get this before it's gone.
Yeah.
So it might have been like one of those false scarcity things, like, do this in the next 24 hours.
Or you'll regret it.
Yeah, exactly. I have a not so nice phrase for that. That's seeing if you can pull a jackass without a rope. But anyway, so if you want it, what it is, it makes thumbnails for your YouTube videos. And a lot of people have trouble with that. One of the things that will get your YouTube videos clicked, if you want to increase your click-through ratio, is putting a thumbnail on there that is engineered. In marketing, we talk about engineering everything. Well, that's a piece that can be easily manipulated, easily engineered inside YouTube or, any other thing where you can put a thumbnail to something. That's all it is. It's just a thumbnail creator. It's not like, some magical mystical thing, but if you have trouble with that, that's an easy solution for you. And it's free lifetime access, at least now it is. So normally, if you don't know how that works, normally what happens when you create a YouTube video, it will automatically by default just grab like the center frame of your video. And that, whatever that frame might be, it might not be to your advantage. If you're on camera and you've got some weird look, you've got some sour look on your face, that could really be your thumbnail image. That's not ideal in most cases. I know there's a lot of guys, and this, right, wrong, whatever, it works. There's a lot of guys that will put like a bikini girl on their thumbnail image, and people that click on it, they watch the whole video looking for the girl and she's not in there. So it's a total bait and switch. Again, right, wrong, whatever, it works. If you can put a compelling image on those videos, they will get clicked more. I can guarantee you that. So that's why I shot that thing out. Some of you also got, and I don't know if any of you are into crypto. It's pretty far off the mark for our call here, but we're all about making money. And, so this is one of the things I wanted to share with you guys. The guy that told me about this is the same guy that told me to buy Bitcoin when it was 10 cents. And I told him he was out of his mind. It's a pyramid scam. And boy, did that cost me a lot of money. He also came back and he told me to buy it again when it was at $10. And I told him at that point, I said, if I thought this was a pyramid scam at 10 cents, at $10, I think it's going to implode like in the next 2 minutes. And again, that was a terrible mistake on my part. Not knowing, I missed out. I missed a massive opportunity because of my mindset. My mindset wouldn't allow me to do it. I had a limited mindset about crypto because I didn't understand it. It doesn't mean it wasn't a phenomenal opportunity. So this time when he came to me with this one, I'm like, okay, I'm going to pay attention this time. So, and it has to do with the Helium Crypto. And what this is, Helium is a company. If you guys don't really understand crypto, think of it like you're buying almost like stock. You're buying shares, only you're not buying it in a company, you're buying it in a technology. There's a whole bunch of technology that's coming down the line that, they call it blockchain technology. And that's really all it is. It is a technology. When you buy the coin, it's not really a coin. You're just buying a share investment in the technology. And as it rises, just like stocks, the price goes up, you can sell it, and you can make money. So it's not, I didn't understand it at first, and that's why I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole. Now that I get it, it's like, oh, well, I've been buying stocks for 30 years. I get that. It's the same thing, kind of. So anyway, this Helium Crypto, the technology behind the Helium, each one of them has a different technology. So what this is, it is a Wi-Fi system that they're trying to eliminate your need for internet service through the normal channels. Like right now, if you have a device, let's say you've got your mobile device and you're out and you're cruising around and you don't have any service for it, and you have to go pull into a Starbucks, to get on their Wi-Fi, right? Or if you're in a place where you don't have cell service and you need Wi-Fi service, that's the traditional way of how we've had to do it. You've had to go connect to somebody's Wi-Fi, and you need a passcode typically to do that. So with the Helium network, what's going on with that? They're trying to make a global Wi-Fi that your phone is just all your devices are just connected to. So they're looking to try and get these hotspots around. They're giving away the hotspot as a way to do that. The cool thing about this is when they give you the hotspot also is a little miniature crypto mine. So it's mining crypto, and that's how you get paid. So they're actually paying you to put this hotspot in your house, your business, whatever, and they'll pay you in its own crypto, and you get it by the unit itself mining the crypto. I know that might be like some of you are feeling that this is over your head, but all you do is plug the damn thing in and let it do its thing. You don't have to know how to mine crypto. It does it for you. It literally is like plugging in a Wi-Fi router in your house.
John,
Hey, John.
I have to put this plug in just because I studied electromagnetic fields with an engineer, is that this is really serious stuff for your health. It's like having a small cell tower, all the Wi-Fi technology, and it's basically accessing all the satellites and bringing it into your home. So I would say, do your homework and be aware before you do that, because I know it's carcinogenic. I have all the professional meters and I test all the time.
Okay, I'd be interested to try this one because they say it isn't really Wi-Fi. They call it long-fi.
It doesn't matter. It's still radiation. It's just a different bandwidth. Just like 5G is slightly different. It's a higher band. It's a broader bandwidth, but it's a little bit higher, the frequency.
Yeah. It's
pros and cons.
Yep. Yeah. No, I get that. It's one of the evils of the world we live in right now.
Yeah.
There's not going to be any way to get around it. It's going to be everywhere.
Yeah. It'll be Thank you.
It might be the death of us. So you never know. But that's a good point. That's something you might want to consider. But the deal with it was when you sign up for it, you put in your address and you see if you even qualify to get one of the devices. If you are already covered, then you don't qualify for the free hotspot. So what I did, I couldn't believe how much coverage is already in place. It's crazy how much is already taken. I put in my home address and it's like nothing in my whole city. The whole Huntington Beach almost was covered. I'm like, oh shit, I've already missed out on this opportunity. And then I got a little creative. I thought, why don't I put in the address of my boat that's parked in Long Beach in a slip? And sure enough, it was open. So I qualified for the free device. So it's coming, I'll put it on the boat. And then, I'm only down there occasionally, so I won't get cooked all the time, I guess. But I'll still get the benefit of it. But it's kind of a cool thing. And if any of you are interested in it, again, I'm just making it available. I share whatever I find with you guys, so you can decide. Gregory, you had something?
Yes, we just finished talking about the helium thing. So did you order your box directly from Helium, or did you get it from a third party? Because according to the last seminar that I was just the class prior to this one, that the boxes are going for a premium. They're going higher than the regular price.
That's correct. They're very difficult to get a hold of. That's why this thing that I went through, they actually give it to you for free. There's about a 2-month backlog on them.
Okay, you're right. That's it.
But the cool thing is if you qualify, if your address qualifies, they will ship you the device for free. And it just makes money for you. So the address, I've got a link set up for it at internetdominators.com/helium. So it's HELUIUM, helium, HELIUM. So pretty cool stuff. Even if you don't qualify, it is an affiliate program. So once you sign up, whether you qualify or not, it's going to give you an affiliate link. If you share that affiliate link with somebody and they do qualify and they generate money, it also kicks a little bit back up the hill to you. So you could make money with it, whether you qualify or not. So it's a pretty cool deal. It's something I thought you guys should know about. At least you can decide if it's right for you or not, but anything to me that just gives me free money, I'm pretty good with.
The other benefit that's added to the Helium system is that they want to decentralize the cellular, or Verizon and Spectrum and all the people who control the cell phone system. Well, the whole idea of the hexagons is that once all the hexagons are connected, or pretty much connected, then you'll be able to use the system as a new way of communicating without having to paying higher fees to the cell companies.
Yeah, absolutely. And to Kia's point, I actually have one of these little detector devices that will tell me how much radiation is coming off any device. So I was concerned about that when I set up my site pop network in my office, because I've got, like, sitting over like 10 feet to my side, I've got about 50 cell phones in a big rack. And a couple of people said, "Oh my God, you need to put that in the, I forget what they call it, some kind of a cage to hold the radiation in." So I was kind of concerned. I'm like, oh, shit, I don't want to cook myself. So I got this to test it, and it only really moves the needle if you're right up next to them.
But it depends, John. You can't say that. Like I said, I have professional meters. Most of those meters, unless you're spending at least $300, don't work.
Okay, yeah, this
and
one.
they test a really narrow part of the bandwidth, the spectrum.
Yeah, I know, like with my regular Wi-Fi router, it definitely detected that one as you don't want to be near that one. So I've got that one in another room. But cool stuff. But yeah, I know this whole radiation thing, the 5G, there's a lot of health concerns about that. And it's
hard because we don't see it,
I know.
And then everyone gets cancer and we go, oh, we're all going to die of cancer. And then it just becomes accepted. But the truth is, it's like, it's complicated. That's why I ended up studying with an engineer, because everyone would say, do this, do that. And it was like way, way worse for my health. Yeah. But it's just like, there's things you can do in the home. And so it's just really about dialing that in so that you're safe, and you're not getting exposed.
Yeah, absolutely.
And there's certainly many ways you can do that.
And another thing I wanted to share with you guys, and this has been kind of on my radar for the last few weeks, because I just got a whole bunch of them in the mail, is if you guys own a domain, which I'm sure you all own at least one domain, you might see this when you get mail. You'll get spam. I'm not talking about email spam. I'm talking physical email in your mailbox at either at your business or your house, with people trying to get you to renew your domain, telling you your domain's expiring, and it is a scam. They're trying to steal your domain. If you read the fine print, if you sign it and pay them, you're actually allowing them to transfer your domain off of your current registry into theirs. And then it's very hard to get them back in some cases. So be aware of that kind of stuff. There's all kinds of scam artists out there. And, this is not by no means a new one. And, it's one of those things that I've known for years and I just forget about it. And then I got a whole bunch of those and I'm like, oh shit, I should tell everybody about that so you guys don't get scammed. So be aware of that kind of stuff. Another one is you'll get this thing, and I know some of us are old enough to remember the Yellow Pages. Some of us may not. Josh, I don't know do you remember the Yellow Page deal?
Yes, I used to cold call for martial arts. I'm very familiar with that.
Okay. I know you're probably one of our younger members, so I wasn't sure if you were in tune with that. But Yellow Pages, that was a big thing. A lot of companies actually advertised in the Yellow Pages. This goes back pre-mid 90s. It was like a big thing. If you weren't in the Yellow Pages, you almost didn't exist. So, and it was extremely expensive. Incredibly expensive just for the basic listings. Well, I also see those come in the mail and also in email as well, telling you that your registration, your business registration is about to expire. And all it is they're just getting you to list in their web directory, which is free to begin with. And there's a ton of different directories out there. There's all kinds of business directories that you can get in for free. They are, I'm not going to say they're worthless, but they're pretty close. It's not like the old Yellow Pages where there was one book and everybody went to it. At this point, there's a gazillion websites out there. There's probably in the neighborhood of tens of thousands of business directories. None of them really have a bunch of traffic on them. So your odds of actually being seen in those directories is pretty minuscule. Where it helps, where it makes sense to actually list there is because you can get incoming links from them. It's relevant places where you can get incoming links. So that's kind of one of the things where when you put a listing in there, if you're concerned at all with local SEO, getting your business seen in the local results, that is called a citation. A citation is an instance of your name, address, physical address, and phone number out on the internet. That's called a citation. The more citations that Google finds about you, the more it believes you're a real business. So it's kind of a bonus for local business stuff. And let's see, what was the other thing? Black Friday. This is something I see a couple of you have hands up. Give me just a second here. I wanted to share one of the things. I don't know if I've shared this with you guys yet, but my Black Friday creation. And like I told you guys, go to Fibr if you want to create a lead magnet. You have to do the work of the copy, but they can do the graphics for you. They can do pretty cool stuff. So your big idea, that's on you. You can't get a good big idea in Fibr. I doubt it. I seriously doubt you're going to get any quality work on that level in Fibr, but they do great graphics. So, I've talked to you guys about the AI tools and the software and all that stuff. So I thought, why don't I create a PDF book and share that information? So I wrote the copy for the cover and then sent it over to Fibr, and they came up with this for me. I'm like, well, that's pretty cool. I think I paid them $25 to create the ebook cover.
Woohoo! Looks great.
Yeah. It's like, that's really cool. And this is what I'm going to use as one of my Black Friday specials as a lead generator. It's not really to sell one of my products. It's basically to generate leads, get people into my Kartra database, and I'll make affiliate commissions, because there's like 6 pieces of AI software that I shared with you guys. I have affiliate links to all of those. So the idea of this, it's not really a book, it's more of a PDF pamphlet giving them, here's the 6 cool pieces of software that I've discovered. Here's what you do with them. Here's how to use them. Here's the link to get them. And so I will probably wind up making a fair amount of commissions off the sales of those by giving this away. So that's kind of one of my plans for Black Friday. I wanted to share that with you guys. You don't have to have a product even. For you to make money on Black Friday and for you to build your list, this is a perfect example. This is not based on any of my products. All I did was I came up with the idea. I put together some resources of affiliate links in an ebook and went over to Fiverr and paid $25 to have a cool cover made. It was pretty simple. And you guys probably know how you take this over and you put it onto Kartra. You have a landing page, you have an opt-in, they opt in, they download the book. Hopefully they'll read the book and hopefully they'll buy the stuff in the book, and I will make money. So that's kind of my game plan. That's what I'm planning on doing here. So I wanted to share that.
John, what's the affiliate link for the 6 softwares real quick before you get to everyone else?
I don't have that piece up yet. I just got the book now. So I'm going to go over, I'm going to put it into Kartra and I'm going to get that cooking. So I don't actually have the link up yet to share it, but I'll share that with you guys once I get that up and running. And let's see. Okay, Richard, I think you had your hand up first there. Not hearing you though. Okay, Richard hasn't got that. Let's go to Roy.
Hey, John. I've created a course that I'm going to start selling, and I wanted to put the course onto Kartra, use Kartra as the platform. And I was wondering, I know you've talked about that in the past. I was wondering if you just give me a quick overview of what I've got to do to pull that off.
Sure. Okay. So that is what I would do is I would put it in a membership site inside Kartra. Okay. So you create the membership site. There's a lot of pieces. There's a lot of pieces to the puzzle that you need to create. And this is one of the biggest frustrations of people with Kartra. When they get it and they get in and they try and set something up, they don't realize, there's kind of an order of things, and it's not a logical order for a lot of people. It's like, I think it was Teresa just the other day, I was helping her set up an opt-in box. And I'm like, well, you have to set up the thank you or the thank you page first. And she's like, what? Yeah. I'm like, yeah, because if you start the opt-in and it asks you for that and you don't have it, now you got to go out of the opt-in, you have to go create the page and then come back, and you're bouncing back and forth. So for a membership site, some of the stuff that you need set up prior to that is, if you're going to sell it, like I'm assuming you're going to sell the information.
Yes.
Okay. So you need a product.
Yeah, so it's a course.
Okay.
It'll have 8 modules to it.
Okay. So in Kartra, you need to set up a product though. It's going to be sold as a product.
Right. Okay.
So when you set up the product, you also need these pages before you set up the product, just like when you set up a form. So you'll need a thank you page for the product. You'll also need the product page that actually sells the product. It asks you for both of those. If you don't have a sales page for the product, or you're going to do it in a different way, it doesn't really matter, what you use. You can just put a homepage address in there for that. But if you definitely need a thank you page. Whenever somebody places an order, you need a thank you page that that pops up as soon as they confirm their purchase. That way they're assured that it went through, all of that. They don't don't wind up clicking it again and wind up ordering it again. That's a pain in the ass. So you need a thank you page. So it's kind of like I like to lay this thing out on paper so I can go back and I'm like, okay, I need these things first and then this. And when I did my Kartra training, that's kind of the way I did it. So you guys could see the logical process of going through setting up Kartra. So for your membership, you're going to need the product set up so they can buy it. You're going to need the thank you page prior to that. If you're going to do an opt-in, like they're going to opt in for a lead magnet, and then it's going to go to the sales page and then the product, then you need that stuff as well. So you'll need the opt-in form. So you need to create a form. And again, you need a thank you page for the form. So there's a lot of pieces to the puzzle. You know, it's easy, but it's not. You know, each little piece is easy, but sometimes it can get a little overwhelming because there's so many moving parts in it. You know, it's like the engine in your car. It's great when it works, but if you got to get in there and you don't know what all the pieces are and you start taking them apart and you don't know how to put them back together, then, you know, you get a little overwhelmed. But
John, didn't you recently go through helping Dwayne set up his Kartra? And I'm wondering if you recorded that so that we can just go to that.
well, I actually have a full training. I did like a 2-day Kartra training, and I've got that. So I usually just refer people over to that.
I didn't see-
Is that on your website, John? Is that on the Dominic on our resources page?
Yes, that should be in there. Yeah.
I didn't see where you were setting up a course on there anywhere, but
Yeah.
I guess you kind of got to read between the lines.
I really should make that a little simpler on my website too. And that was one of the things I was going to kind of do a comb through, because if any of you guys have been on my website, you know, I work on everybody else's, but mine's like the last in the show. So that was one of the things that I am going to do and kind of clean up for Black Friday and all that. So.
Hey, John.
But I created 3 different training courses basically for ACT, like for people that get into ACT and they need a little more help. I used to do a 2-day live event where I would walk them through ACT, and then, you know, we got into the pandemic thing and I still wanted to supply that help. So I split it into 3 2-day events. One of them is like an ACT overview. It's just like what I've always done in the past, live over 2 days. And then I set up a second one specifically for for the creation piece of ACT. And that is the one that's all about Kartra. It's like A to Z, how to get in, how to set it up, how to go through all the steps. And then I did a third one that was specifically to traffic for the people that were like in play and they just needed traffic. And I covered a whole bunch of different traffic sources. Some, you know, most people have heard of, and some most people hadn't heard of yet. So that was what I did. I created those 3 different 2-day courses. And, you know, they're easy. It was split up over 2 days, and they weren't long days. So all recorded, all ready to go. And it was funny when I do the live event. I've done this live event for years, and I've done it multiple times a year. And it was interesting because every time I did it live, it was different because of the people in the room when I did it. You know, I would let people take me wherever they wanted to go. And I'm fine with that. I like that actually. But it wound up being a different training each time. The first time I did it online, when I looked back at it, I'm like, holy shit, I just did this thing perfectly. I'm never going to have to do this again. And that is the beauty of a membership site. You know, when you create content, you can put it in a membership site. You guys don't have any idea how many people have gone through, paid for that training, and it's perfect. It's done perfectly. They get the perfect experience every time, every new person that comes to it. And then the variation now has moved here to the call where it belongs. That's what this call is for. And this is, this is where you guys get to take me wherever you want me to go. But it shouldn't be in the training where I'm trying to get through something and get everything that you need out in a specific time frame. That was my fault. I allowed it to happen, and I shouldn't have. So anyway, that's what I would do, Roy, is I would scheme out a membership site that delivers your product. And it's the perfect way to deliver it. If it's electronic, you can put all the stuff up in there. You can do, a support call on the back end of it, like I do, if you want to do that.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't, that's fine. I love recurring stuff. So like if I'm going to create something, any of the electronic products that I sell, every one of them has this component on the back end. Like it doesn't matter what anybody buys from me. I offer everyone access to this call as long as they want it. Like this is support mentoring for anything that I do, anything related to it. So, and it simplifies the heck out of my life because I can sell 10 different things and I just need to be on here once a week and I can cover them all.
That's
So,
very effective.
Yeah.
For us too.
It's a highly effective use of my time.
Hey, John, that's a great lesson for all of us. But I have a question. If we back into what Roy was asking.
Can you speak up, Randy, a little bit?
I'm sorry. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, that's better.
Let me turn up the music.
You're good now.
Okay. Let's back into for real quick because I'm a little confused because I think I understand, but I'm not sure. If you take, I think there's a difference between the course that he's developing and wants to sell versus setting up a product in Kartra. And so I want to get clarity on this for myself and others. I've set up several products, but if you're going to sell something like your ACT program, where do you tie in the ACT program in the product? Because the product setup, as you know, John, is X. But the actual product with your video of the ACT program and your all this stuff inside, where does that go and how do they get to that once they've paid? And I think there's a disconnect that we haven't talked about.
Okay, sure. Let me actually get in there and show you, because that will probably help and make a difference here. So
That'd be great. Thank you.
I'm going to go in here. So in Kartra, you've got the products tab. Think of a product as this is something that you're going to sell. Okay. And then you've got pages. This might be a thank you page. This could be, a product page. You can make any page you want in there. Forms is what you put on a site to get someone to opt in. Memberships. This is like the membership area where they can get access to anything that's in a specified membership. Videos, calendars. This is a new one. I haven't played with this yet, but it's surveys. That's a very powerful thing. So you can get feedback from people. You can, based on their feedback, then you can recommend a product. It's a very powerful combination. Then you've got help desks where you can supply support. And all of these things can all be intermixed. That's why I said it's kind of, it's like all the parts in your engine. You might not know what they all are or how they all play together, and it can be overwhelming. But if you've got somebody like me that can kind of break it down for you, it makes it a lot easier. So, and then campaigns really that's an advanced feature. Integrations is an advanced. So I wouldn't even worry about those, but these are the things that you will probably find very helpful in your business is a help desk to help people when they make a purchase so you can keep track of it. I love the help desk. When I started using the help desk, it just keeps me so focused because if I do help through email, for instance, you send me an email today, I answer your question. And then you send me an email 2 weeks from now, and it is going to look like a fresh new thing to me. I am not going to remember what was going on 2 weeks ago because I've got, 100 things between now and then. In the help desk, when you send your second follow-up, I've got your first one right below it. I know exactly where we were 2 weeks ago, what happened, what I said, and it just makes it so much simpler. It's almost like a customer service or a CRM, basically. So I love the help desk. Once I started using that, I try and refer everybody to either my help desk, if it's a digital product, or I use Basecamp kind of for the same reason when I do my project management, like when I'm working on website development projects and all of that stuff. Again, it keeps me organized, it keeps me focused, and keeps me on track. So that is, I highly recommend help desks. The surveys, again, I haven't played with that. Calendars, this is where if you want to schedule, I know a lot of you guys want to schedule people. You're not selling them immediately. You're getting them into maybe a consultation or something. So this is kind of like a Calendly calendar, but it's integrated inside your marketing system. So it's connected. You can sell stuff through there. You can tag people. The tagging is really important for follow-up. Same with videos, and all of this stuff has analytics to it. Like you can see how many people looked at your calendar. You can see how many people watched your videos. You can tag people based on what they do. Again, that's really powerful in marketing. You may not be there yet to really understand that, but let me tell you, that is incredibly powerful for you to make money in the future by tagging people, because you'll know what they were interested in the past. You'll know. It's just like the analysis piece of the more we know about our avatar, the more powerfully we can communicate with them. So tags give you that, and you don't have to guess anymore. You don't have to guess about your avatar. When you've got tags and you've got all this information, that's real, it's live. You can count on it, you can depend on it. So, and then the membership itself, again, those are just areas. It's like a website. A membership is like a website that has private access. The membership program itself provides that access. It says who is going to get in and how deep they can go. So when you're setting up the membership, you can actually set up different levels. Like, hey, if somebody buys in at $99, they get the first course. If they upgrade to $297, they might get the following 2 courses. So now they have access to 3 courses. And if they pay the full $497, they get access to everything. So it controls access to a website. Think about a membership as a private website. No one gets access unless they pay. You can also give free access if you wish to. You can do that. But you can set these levels up. You could have a free access level where they just get access to the first lesson. And then to get access to the rest, they have to pay to upgrade.
John, can I ask you a question about that?
Sure.
Because I tried to do what you did with ACT, but I have so many courses. It's like I got to pay Teachable like $130.
Yeah, you should be using a Kartra for all of your membership stuff. Like I'll show you. Here's ACT right here. So
are these all your membership sites?
Yes, this is ACT in English.
Yeah, I didn't see how to set this up.
This is a clone of ACT in Spanish. So I can sell ACT to the Spanish market. This is the example I used in the training where I actually set up a membership from scratch for you guys. These are, remember I talked about those 3 live events? All 3 of those live events are in this ACT Live Events membership site. So based on what you purchase, you get access to 1, 2, or all 3 of them. And then this is our site pop. We have all 3 of our memberships in here. All 3 levels are controlled inside this membership. But let me go through ACT. You guys are all familiar with this because you've seen it, you're in it. So I'll show you how I set this thing up. So you have basic information first, and it just kind of walks you through these tabs to set it up. It's not like you have to know where you're going. It's going to lead you through. You just fill in the numbers, it's paint by numbers. So here, that's just the logo. It says put in the name of your membership and the picture of it. Here's password protection. I have it on because I want to protect this content. I only want access to people that have paid. So I set that to on. Now here is the builder. This is the contents. This is the website that you create. So I'm going to launch the builder and you'll see this is what you guys see. This is my website that you guys get in when you go in here. It's got all the pages. So if we go to market segmentation, there's the page, there's the videos. If I want to add something in here, like let's say I want something new, I can just grab a headline, a text, an image, and I just slide it in. Boom. Yeah. New content. I can center it just like that. Yeah. Perfect. Easy. Simple.
Yeah. So you see, John, this is
Simple,
where
easy,
the
John.
yeah, this is where the disconnect was for a lot of people, and it took a while to figure that out because you can create a product in your calendar, like you said, and sell directly from there. But I don't think a lot of people were making the connection to getting their product in here in Kartra in the membership site.
Correct.
So
So when I get a couple of steps down, you'll see how we connect the product to this membership. So anyway, so that's how you do it. You can make as many pages in here. You can make it as in depth as you want. Like you'll notice I've got a reseller program in here. Most of you don't have access to that because you're not my resellers. But when my resellers log in, they get access to all this stuff. My apprentices get access to the apprentice tab. If you're not an apprentice, you don't have access to that. If you click on it, it'll say, you're not at the right membership level. Here's a link to learn about that. So really cool, powerful stuff. But the program itself goes right up to the resources. And then I have 2 additional levels that are higher paid access. So I'm going to get out of here. I don't want to go too deep in the weeds here, but that's the builder. So this is where you build the thing out. Okay, so let's see, save and exit. Okay, so now I'm going to go next. I'm going to go to comments. I basically turn off all comments because I don't want people in here junking up my training. You know how that can go. If you allow people to comment on your stuff, it's going to go all over the place. And I just don't want that. I want the message pure. You're getting the message pure from the source. If you have questions, that's what the call is for. I don't want this to be like a peanut gallery. So I turn the comments off. Now here, remember I talked about the access levels? There's apprentice has access to 41 posts. I have another one that is a scholarship that I give away. I call it the Da Vinci Scholarship. And I give this to kids. If there's any kids that want access to the ACT program, I give it to them for free. They get access to 34 of the pages. The posts, basically, that's a page. So, and then my resellers have access to 41. Hold on just a second, guys. Let me get rid of the background noise there. Okay, sorry about that. I was having a bunch of chatter, so I wanted to shut the door. So anyway, those are the 4 levels. And then you can manage your locked posts. This is where you can tell it, like if somebody doesn't have access, click here to get more information or click here to buy it, all that kind of stuff. So that's access levels. Here's something here. A lot of people like to do this in training is put a progress bar. So you know what you've looked at, and then you know what to go back and fill in the blanks. So that's easy to add in. Remember I talked about the help desk? you can add a help desk. As long as you've created the help desk first, you just come in and select the one you want. I've got my Dominator support there. Boom, now it's integrated just like that. And all it does, it puts the little help icon up here, support, which is really cool to have built into your membership. Next is the welcome. So this is a welcome message that's pre-configured with their login information. So you can go in, you can change it, you can edit it, you can do whatever you want to it. That's pretty self-explanatory. And then automations, you can assign tags. Remember, I was talking about tags. So anybody that's in here, I want to know that they're an ACT member. So I put a tag on them. If there's lists, you can subscribe them to lists. You can subscribe them to sequences and advanced automations. So there's a lot of
curious, John, in yours, in your tags. All right. Do you have any tags of like the nasty things that people have done so you know it?
Absolutely. Like if somebody gets a chargeback, I have a chargeback tag, and that's marked and flagged. Anybody that's going to charge stuff back, I'm done with them. There's no reason in the world someone would ever charge anything back to me, because all you have to do is ask and I'll give you your money back. There's zero.
I'm just curious, like, you know, if someone like quits your program or something like that, do you mark them? Cause I found a way to do it with tags, but I'm not sure I'm doing it right. Like the person left the program and I want to take them out of everything.
Correct. Yes. That's actually an automation.
Okay.
So there's an automation where you can say, if somebody cancels, revoke their access. If this is tied to a product, it does it automatically for you. As soon as their cancellation, or say their credit card fails and they've fallen out, it automatically removes access to a paid membership. So, but I do add tags, like if somebody cancels out or their credit card expires or whatever, I have a tag that's called past ACT member. And, you know, it doesn't say canceled. It doesn't, all I want to know is that they're not an active member. So what I can do, I can come back around and I can send promos out to them of, you know, like a bring them back type of campaign.
Oh, so what you're saying is I probably shouldn't let them know that I have in there, this is a fool who doesn't bother to do anything. I don't want him back anymore. That's like a long tag. I'm kidding, guys. I am kidding.
No.
There's a lot of ways you can do this. Yeah, absolutely.
The jerk who does not do anything. No, I'm sorry. I'm just, you know what I mean? It's like, you know, I was wondering if I could actually have that in there. They wouldn't know it.
You can. Yeah, nobody sees the tags. You are the only one that sees the tags. So pretty cool stuff. And that is really about it. So now that you're finished with this, it says, congratulations, link this membership portal to a product. So now you can either click here to go to products, or you can go over here to products. Now let's go to the ACT program. And I'll edit this and I'll show you where this connects to the membership. So here you name it. And then just like the membership, it's got the basic information where you name it, you put the icon to it, and then it asks, how do you want to process your payments? I used to take PayPal, and most of you know my deal with that. I do not take PayPal anymore. So it's simply credit card. Next is pricing. Now here's something that you guys, this gives you ultimate flexibility. I sell the ACT program in multiple different ways. The normal way is $4.97 for the first 30 days and then $29.97 monthly. Once upon a time, I did a Black Friday special where I let people in at no cost up front. I may or may not do that again on Black Friday. Here's one where we've got ACT 99 special. They pay $99 for the first month and then $29.97. Here's the full price. If somebody wants to, if they really want to pay me the full price, it's $19.97. And then again, $29.97 a month. I have actually sold it at this price. I did it originally just so I could say that I did. There was a handful of people that actually paid the full price for it. here is the act with the 3 2-day events. So it's $9.97 for the first 30 days. This gives you actually all 4 things. It's the act program and all 3 of the live events. And then again, $29.97 on the back end. This is one I did as a special Chamber of Commerce to try and give this, as Chamber of Commerce could give this to their members at a discount. They get the affiliate, so they're getting half of it. And then we also had the chamber free access because some of the chambers are really cheap. They just want to give the deal. They don't care about making the money. They said, you know, and I told them, I said, I'm fine with that. I don't really need to make money on the front end of ACT. I just want to make the money on the back end. Remember, every conversation I've had, you know, along the way, it's like, I don't need to make money on the front. I just need to acquire customers because I have a very long back end. Usually when somebody is a customer of mine, they're a customer for a very long time, if not life. So acquiring customers is more important to me on the front end than making money. I know some of you aren't in that situation. You need to make money. You have to make it on the front because you want to eat. I can go without food for a little while. I've got some padding. So, and then shipping, if there's a shipping cost, obviously there's not on a digital product. There's no sales tax on it. I do have a 30-day money back refund guarantee. So you can set all that stuff. And then pages. Remember I said pages, there's a product page. This is like an order page. And then there's a thank you page. Now they give you the ability to have a different thank you page for each different price level. I just have one generic thank you page. I don't need anything fancy, but like, let's say for the chamber, number 7 was the chamber, 7 and 8 are my chamber events. I could create a custom thank you page that thanks them as a chamber member. I should do that. I'm a little lazy. I'm probably not going to, but that's, you know, that gives you that flexibility. So really cool. And then your checkout. This is where I just use the Kartra checkout page. It's just fine. It works perfectly fine. I do put my logo in the header and I do embed my help desk, display the help desk icon in there. And then you can say what information you want to collect. If there's, you can have like, if you're selling a product and you need specific custom information, you can add custom fields and it will collect all that data for you. Product quantity, I don't have any need for that, but if you're selling a physical item, you might want to have quantity where they can order 5 books or whatever if you're shipping stuff out. I use the express checkout because I like my checkout process to be easy. And then here, if someone gets in, this is another tag. This is a cart abandonment tagging. So if somebody gets in any price level, I put this tag on them. If they didn't complete the purchase, I want to be able to follow up. I want to go back and say, hey, what did I do wrong? Or you had this in your cart and it didn't finish. I know it can be confusing. Can I help? So that's a cool tag to have. Language, you can change the language of your page. Like my Spanish version, I've got it set in Spanish. So that way all the Kartra backend stuff changes to Spanish when it goes to checkout. Terms and conditions, this is where they have to check the box. You should do this if you're doing any kind of recurring charges. You want to have them check the box and agree to the terms. Otherwise, you can get in trouble with your credit card company. They'll say that you're scamming people, they didn't know, and you can say, oh no, they do know. They had to click this box to acknowledge the terms of the purchase. So that's protection for you. Bump offers, most of you know this as an upsell. This is like when they're purchasing your product, if you have a bump offer, it'll have the little box to check to add this to your order, which is a cool thing. Again, I'm just too lazy to get into the weeds this deep. I just, I leave a lot of money on the table because of my laziness, but I still make plenty. So, and then post sale. Now here's where you can add them to a list. So everybody that is an ACT customer, they go on my ACT customers list. Here you saw that tag before, the ACT member tag. This one is they get an ACT 3-day or 2-day events tag. Because again, I want to know who's in what program so I know how to follow up properly with them. And then here is accessing your product's content. So when you go in here, it will allow you to do a membership. So I have ACT system. And then remember the level. I can say what level they get. So depending on which one they purchase, they get the right level.
John, how manageable is this for us to do? Like, I'm imagining you don't do this yourself, correct?
This is all me.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, I manage this whole thing myself.
Oh, cool. Oh, that's great to know. Thanks.
That's how I know so much about it. Like when you guys have questions about this, I'm using this every day. This is my whole company runs out of this thing. My whole world runs out of Kartra. So I use the shit out of this thing, and I use it about that much of what it's capable of. And it's awesome. I've made so much money with this system, it would blow your mind. Okay, so integrated memberships. This is something that you could do if you have a Kajabi membership. It will integrate with that. If you're just doing a downloadable file, let's say you just sell a PDF and you want a downloadable file and you don't need a membership, you just want to give them their file. It'll do that. Or you can sell a product where there's no digital access. Maybe you're going to ship it to them. Maybe they're just paying for a consult, something like that. So you choose here how you're going to deliver. And it can be anything from no delivery to a membership. So, okay. And then advanced automations. I don't know what I put in. Oh, okay. So here's my advanced automation. The customer buys the product, ACT at any price point, and it grants access to ACT at the standard level and subscribes them to ACT customers. So that's just saying what happens when they order this thing. Okay, and then now affiliates. This is another really cool, really powerful piece to this. Every price level, you can set different affiliate payouts for this thing. So sometimes I'll set up a separate price schedule. Like this one here, the affiliate makes nothing on the front end. They make 50% on the back end. Here they make 50% on the front, 25% on the back. Here they make 50 on the front, 15 on the back. So I'm sorry, I got that mixed up. This is the JV broker. This is if you have a broker that is setting up webinars for you. I've talked about this a lot in the past where I will pay people to set me up and get me in front of people. It's like a second tier affiliate commission. So initial charge, this goes to the affiliate and this part goes to the broker. So the broker is making 15%. The affiliate's making 50. So I'm giving away 65% on the front end, 15 to the broker, 50 to the affiliate. Now on the follow-up charges, the affiliate's getting 25%, the broker's getting 15. So I'm splitting it up. And in some cases, they may get nothing. I may give nothing to the affiliate. I may give nothing to the broker for a particular type of sale. So it gives you the ultimate flexibility in how you want to do this. There's some where if somebody falls out and they come back in, the broker may not be a part of that. So the broker may not get paid on certain things. So you can set up a different price level, attach it to a different sales page, and that way whoever buys from that sales page, the payouts could be different. So a lot of flexibility here. That's probably for a deeper conversation of how to run these type of programs with your affiliate programs, but it'll allow access to all of that. And then here, you can set them up. Like you can go to the different price levels, and this is where you can set this stuff. So again, I turn on my affiliate program. Now your affiliates, you can create a list. I actually tag them, act affiliate here. I don't have a list for my affiliates. I just have a tag for them. Here's where you can set how your affiliates get paid. So I have a release of 25% of the total earned commission after 30 days. I have a release of 75% of the earned commission after 10 days. So what this does, my affiliates like to get paid quick. So let's say they do a promotion in the middle of the month, and I do all my payouts on the first of the month. That's just the way I do it. First of the month, if any of you guys are my affiliates, you get paid almost right on the money. If it's a Sunday or something and I'm out of town, it might be the following Monday. But I pay like a clock. And anybody that has within 10 days of the purchase being made, I will release 75% of the funds to you. I hold back 25% for 30 days to cover any chargebacks or any refunds. The reason that you do that, I've never had an issue with this because every one of my affiliates, I know them. But if you open this up and you start taking in affiliates that you don't know and they're scammers, what they can do is they can do a bunch of bogus orders. They get paid and then all the refunds come through and you've lost the money. You're not getting it back. So that's why you do milestones on your payments. Don't release all of the money immediately, especially if you don't know them. And then here's landing pages. Now this is really cool. You can create different landing pages that every one of these landing pages creates a different affiliate link for your people to give away. Like this one here is for Sue. Sue is one of my affiliates. I have a special deal for her. She's the only one that gets access to that affiliate link. When she logs into the affiliate program, that's in her section. No one else sees it. So you can set up, as many of these different links as you want. There's one for the Da Vinci. That's like the scholarship program for anybody that wants to give that away for free. So again, this might be starting to look a little complex for some of you. And then here, the affiliate look and feel, I just use the default. So that is it for the product. So you see it's paint by numbers. You go through, there's a lot of shit to configure. But once it's done, this is stuff you only have to do once, and if you're just having this set up, you might just want to pay somebody to set it up for you. And then you just run the day-to-day operations. Most of that is under communication. These are all of your leads. It'll show you what list they're on. It'll show you what tag they've got or tags. And you'll notice most of these are going to be conversion maximizer. It's because I'm doing another one. Like this is somebody that signed up for the SitePop webinar registration. That's somebody that came in looking at SitePop. Here's conversion maximizer. So conversion maximizer is the PDF that I showed you guys, like, I don't know, probably a couple months ago, that I created for some of those online summits that I'm doing. I'm speaking at a lot of online summits now, and I'm giving stuff away to generate the list. I've got over 1,000 people that have signed up that are now in my contacts list in the last couple of months from giving away this conversion maximizer. Now I'm going to have a new one to give away. I'll have the AI book to give away.
Whoa, you're amazing.
So again, I'm getting people onto my list, not to sell them at first sight. I'm just giving them stuff. I'm giving them cool stuff. I'm building trust. I'm giving them value. And then I'm going to introduce them to something that is the ACT program. And I'll tell them, here's the foundation of business. If you need help figuring out your messaging, this is what you've been waiting for. No one else is going to tell you how to do this stuff. So that's kind of my sales process. So the more people I can shovel in here on the front end, the more people I can provide value to, the more people that will sign up for my program, the more people that will be on this call, and the more people I can help. It's just that simple. And it's all done through Kartra. Every bit of it, every piece of it. Communication, this is broadcast. This is where you can broadcast out to your list. Like a lot of you guys got the support call from today. This was, that's it right there. So there's an ongoing thing. Now I don't have to do this every week. Next week, I can just clone this. I hit clone, I change the address, or I change the date, take the clone off, and out it goes. Very, very simple to manage this. I don't set this up as automated. I actually physically send this out every week because sometimes I change it. Like this is that one I said free AI software inside. Here's the one where I said boat ride invite enclosed. Here's one for authority and influence summit free pass inside. This is one of those summits where it's generating a lot of leads for me. Here's a conversion maximizer email I sent out. Again, it's a lead generator. Depending on who I'm sending it to, different people on my list would get different messages from me. So here's one that went out for course creation summit. Again, another summit I was involved in. Typically, when you're involved in a summit, they want you to email to promote for them, and then all of their other people promote. So it's like a massive co-op promotion, and you get a lot of leads from it. So now, because I've been doing these summits, now I'm getting a bunch of people that are emailing me wanting me to speak on their summit, and they're all being taught how to do this from the same person. And the way they're taught to do it is to get everybody to send 3 promotional emails out, and they all promote the summit. So I don't really want to do that because I don't want to cook my list. I don't want to be sending out a bunch of promotional emails for summits one right after another, because you guys are going to say, okay, stop. We've had enough summits, right? I don't want to cook you. I want to take care of my list. I want to preserve and protect my list. So now when somebody comes to me, I'll tell them, because I've already got enough of these things in place at this point. What I tell them is, I'm happy to provide content for your summit. You know, my content is worth it. It's probably going to be the best content in your summit. I will provide that, no problem, but I can't promote the summit. Sorry. And some people are perfectly fine with that. They're like, I would rather have you in than have you promote it. So I'll go in, and again, I'm getting the leads out, but I'm not burning my list to try and promote everyone else's summit. So that's kind of the position you want to work your way into, where people want you, you're in demand, and you don't have to comply to their terrorist demands. So pretty cool stuff. So any questions? I know you probably got a lot of questions about Kartra at this point. I don't know how far you want to go in the weeds on this thing, but you got leads, lists, tags, like phishing. This is something I put this up just recently to figure out who wants to go fishing. And I've got 25 active leads. So these are people I can invite out to go on fishing trips. So site pop prospects, so that's one lead source. These are lists. Tags, actually, I have more tags than anything. So Conversion maximizer. That one recently has got 321 people. That's right out of Summits. Let's see. I set up a bunch of tags for future stuff. Sometimes I use them, sometimes I don't. Here I've got beta testers. Now that's important for me to know who my beta testers are. I don't want to send beta test emails out to my whole list. I don't want that going out to 4,000 people. I only want that going to 170. You know, I've got 128 affiliates. I don't want my affiliate emails going out to all of you, just my affiliates. This is why you tag stuff. This is why it's really, really important. You cannot afford to burn your list. It costs you money to create a list. When you get these leads in here, I've got 4,146 leads in here. Every one of those leads is valuable to me. I don't want to burn them. I don't want to cook them. I want to treat them with the utmost care and respect, because every one of those is a potential customer. Customers are very important to me. So that's why my tags are important to me, so I can communicate properly with everybody. Does that make sense? It's really important. I know it might seem kind of trivial, but it's the A in ACT. It's all about communication. And to communicate properly, you have to know who you're talking to, and you have to know what's important to them. And this takes all the guesswork out of it. When you have tags, you're not guessing anymore. You know what people respond to, you know why they're here, you know how they got here, you know what they're interested in, and you know what you should talk to each one of them about.
Great. I love it. Just the level of respect.
Yeah, I mean, people are everything. Your whole world is nothing but people. You should treat them well. They will hopefully treat you back well. So that's just one thing I have learned about business over the years is, treat people like you want to be treated. You won't always get treated that way, but that's okay. You'll find out who your friends are. You'll find out who the people that you want in your world are, and then you can separate the herd. But there's no reason to treat anybody other than the way you would like to be treated. So, all right. Who's next? I don't see any more hands up here. Hopefully that was kind of a
Jim's
good
got one.
walkthrough for Kartra. Yeah, Jim, go ahead. You're muted though.
You can't read lips, huh?
Well, I can give it a shot.
I just wanted to mention you passed over campaigns, and I say the fortune is in the follow-up. So that the campaigns is the autoresponder and decision tree portion of Kartra, and it's super valuable, super helpful.
Yes, actually, campaigns on the side actually isn't that. If you're in the communications, what that's called is sequences.
Oh, great. Okay.
Yeah,
thank you.
Yeah. So let me just go back to that real quick here so you can see. So under communication, there's a communication tab. You have broadcasts and you have sequences. This is where you create your sequences and your automations.
Okay.
So question
yeah,
on
that
automation.
helps clarify a lot.
So like here's one. If let's see, funnel opt-in. I have a whole bunch of these things. Okay, so here's one. So in the membership, if the tag is assigned past membership customer, then you unassign membership customer tag. You want that one gone, and then you revoke access to the membership. So this is a typical automation. And you can have as many things done as you want. When you create an automation, it can do 20 different things all at the same time. Really.
Well, the campaigns, though, I mean, this is something you helped me with, John, was I was able to create membership emails and everything for a client. and on my side, and I put it all into a campaign, into the my campaign. You created a campaign with it. And I just went right over and transferred it right over to their side and went over and implemented it in their Kartra.
Yeah, exactly. I'll cover that in just a second. But here's sequences. So like you can tell how many people are in a sequence. Like I know right now I've got 38 people that have abandoned ACT and they're in a sequence getting followed up with. So I know the site pop offer sequence, I've got 36 people going through the sequence right now. Here's the replay. 126 people are watching the replay right now. So sequences are awesome. And then analytics, you can see your analytics for your leads, how many leads have come in the last 30 days, how many came in today. You can see your lists grow. You can get analytics on your broadcasts and your sequences. Like I can see how many people open the emails. I can see how many people are in the sequences, all that stuff. Now, campaigns, this is different. Tim touched on this. What you can do in a campaign is, let's say, I talked about making a membership. You need pages, you need product, you need forms, you need a membership, you need a help desk. Once all those pieces are created over here, you can create a campaign out of it. Like you can say, this is my site pop webinar sequence. This is a absolutely dynamite sequence. So what I did, I took all the pieces that I made for it, and I bundled them up. There's 27 pieces in total in this campaign. And I bundled them. I created a campaign out of it. And now if any of you want my webinar sequence, I can give it to you. I can take this campaign and I can import it right into your Kartra account in one click. And then all you have to do is just go through and edit it and make it your own. So that's what campaigns are. Campaigns are any number of assets out of over here. You can pull any asset into a campaign. Like when I did when I created the membership site, I did this as an example in one of my webinars. And I put all 13 assets in here. And I said at the end of the webinar, I said, hey, who would like this template? Who wants this membership site that I just created for you? And I was able to, I can go in here, I can get the code, I can share it. And I have to say, yes, that is mine. I did create this. And I can either share this with a specific Kartra user. Like if I know your Kartra username, I can push this right into your account. If I don't, and I just want to share it, what I can do is I can generate a code. I can email you that code, and then you go into your campaigns and you go to add and import that, and it'll import my campaign right into your account. All the assets that I created for it, all the configuration, all that stuff that you saw me go through today, that's all configuration that I can bundle up and drop it right in your account.
And so then what you're saying with that, John, is then that person has an affiliate link with you, and then they are creating affiliate links with other people. So there's money that's being generated from it.
It's not necessarily an affiliate thing. I'm basically just giving you my template, and now it's yours. You put your product names on it. You just edit it, and it's in your campaign. So now you can use that with your affiliates. It doesn't take my affiliate campaign and plug it into your stuff.
Got it. Okay.
It's in your campaign. Those are your affiliates. So it's basically, it's just the pieces of the template that I can create on my side, and then I can hand it over to you. And then you're basically up and running in a matter of minutes.
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, these are real. This is a really powerful feature. It's a very advanced thing. A lot of people don't get it. It takes a while to really get your head wrapped around the whole Kartra universe. This is a whole world in here. And like I said, I've been using this for several years. I use it every day. I'm very familiar with almost every piece of it. Like the surveys, I haven't played with that one yet, but I'm sure it's going to be very intuitive for me because I know so much about the rest of the system.
John, I have a question for you.
Sure.
So I don't know if you know this about Kartra or not. Is there a sequence or an automation to do a targeted Google ad or something like that?
Not for Google ads.
Or like an ad, like something like that?
You can create a landing page for a Google ad, like if you have an opt-in or an offer or something like that, but it doesn't physically have anything to do with the Google ad itself.
Okay.
That's outside. The Google ad would push to a landing page, which could absolutely be this. You could create a template in here for an ad campaign. It just doesn't go outside the website to your Google campaign or any of that stuff.
So when you're running something like a Facebook, Google, et cetera, you push them, then it's the pay-per-click to your template, then it just does its thing. Okay.
Correct. You push it to the intro landing page where they opt in, and then they start going through your sequence, whatever your sequence is. It might just be opt in, get the free thing. It might be opt in, get the free thing, invite you to a webinar. The webinar does the presentation. The presentation makes the offer. The offer takes them to a landing page. The landing page makes the sale. The sale pushes them into the membership. The membership adds the tags. It starts the sequences, and life is grand.
There we go.
So John, if I haven't signed up for Kartra because I need to get more ducks in a row before I do it.
Yeah.
But if I'm not signed up for Kartra, but I have a friend that I would like to refer this to, is there a commission involved in it, or do you need to be already a Kartra member?
No, you can you can become a Kartra affiliate without being a member. There's a problem, and I don't know if they've fixed this yet or not. If you're a paid member and you've got affiliate stuff going on in your paid Kartra account, and you cancel your paid Kartra account, I believe it kills all your affiliate stuff. That's not cool.
Interesting. Yeah.
But if you have a non-paid Kartra and you set up the affiliate campaign, you can use the affiliate campaign without paying for Kartra, which is the way it should be. And I don't know. I did bring that to their attention that that's not cool to kill someone's affiliate campaign if they just don't pay for your product anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to have mine. Remember, John, we went and had to mine reinstated when they
Yeah.
did it. I came back.
Yeah. So it's like, hey guys, not cool. And here's something really cool. So these are my campaigns here. These are campaigns that I built out of my own assets. There's also available campaigns. Kartra has a bunch of these to help you. So here's like a prospecting campaign. Each one of these has a little video. It kind of walks you through. Like if you have an email course, they've got the campaign set up. 5-day online course delivered to your contacts via email. It's all done. You can import this. So you can view assets, or you can deploy it right into your Kartra account right now. Here's a lead nurture campaign. So these are leads. If you've got a bunch of leads in there and you haven't done anything with them, this can nurture them, get them ready for sale, even if you're not selling them something yet. Keeps them engaged. Here's, there's all kinds of these. In fact, a lot of these are new. I'm seeing a lot of these for the first time. Like cohesion, I have no idea what that is. Oh, customer retention, continuity system. So VSL campaign, that's a video sales letter campaign. Tripwire, if you want to sell them a low ticket item and then bring them into a higher ticket item, that's a Tripwire. 27 assets in this campaign. So it says optional lead magnet with free shipping and handling. OTO, that's a one-time offer. There's a downsell and 3 additional products. So that's a pretty complex campaign. Here's a basic lead magnet campaign, a product launch. This is the product launch formula, membership system campaign. What I have found is the guys that make most of these, they overcomplicate them. And that's why I made my own in a lot of cases to give to people, because it's just like it's the bare bones minimum to get you up and running, and it won't confuse you quite as much as some of these. But if any of you know Frank Kern gave away many, many years ago, probably 20 years ago, he came up with the 4-day cash machine. All this is, it's a sale. It's an email sale. The first email that goes out says something like, hey, we're selling XYZ product for, this sale is available for the next 4 days. It's this discount off. Here's the link to get it. And then day 2, hey, it's only available for 3 more days, and next day, 2 days, 1 day. And he sells a bunch of stuff that way. He calls it his 4-day cash machine. This is a famous campaign that he released as part of his very first launch of Mass Control. So that's in there. Simple list builder. And then the other thing in here, there is, let's see, where is it? Under, here it is. This little house up here. This is a marketplace. Kartra has its own marketplace where there's people that have built different funnels and they sell them. Like this one, here's a lead survey funnel template for $97. You can also find, I haven't used this, but there's experts, there's Kartra experts that you can hire in here. So this thing is just, it's an unbelievable resource. I haven't hired any of these guys. I really haven't found any reason to. I know how to pretty much do this stuff myself. It's not that hard. I'm not a programmer. You guys might not believe this, but I'm not really a tech guy. I find stuff that will allow me to do the simple stuff I need to do without writing code. If I had to write code, I'd probably just lay in bed and quiver. I would want no part of that. Over the years, I've learned how to read code out of just pure survival, but it's not something that I would do. Jim, go ahead. You had your hand.
Yeah. Can you repeat the citation software that you recommended earlier?
Oh, the citation software. Was there a software that I was talking about?
I don't know. You said name, address, phone. It's important to get citations. I assume that you were.
There's a lot of different software. I didn't mention a particular software.
Oh, good. I didn't miss something.
No. There are different software pieces out there. What is it? I think Yext. Yext is one that you can pay for, and they'll syndicate your name, address, phone number for citations out to like hundreds, if not thousands of places. They're kind of expensive for what they do. One of the pieces of software that I actually gave you inside the reseller platform, I think it was called Maps something or other. That has software built into it to get you citations.
Okay.
So that might be something
that
you can check out. But I think Map, was it? I don't remember the name of it. It's something to do with maps though, and it's it's in the reseller tab.
Yeah, and there's also the Agora Advantage Compass that we talked about.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's a ton of them. I mean, you can look them up online. All you have to do is just Google, local business directories. There's a ton of them. You can just go through and fill out the little form.
Yeah, I'll hire someone to do that.
Yeah, if you do that, if you hire somebody, this is really important for any of you that are trying to get citations. The citation will only count if it's an exact match. So what I always do as far as a citation is I will go to Google itself and I will see what Google has for my name, address, and phone number, and I'll copy it out and hand it off to one of my resources. and have them copy and paste. Because if it's off by one capitalization, if it's off by one punctuation, all it will do is it will confuse Google instead of reinforce who you are. They don't like variation. Like, they count a citation as an exact match. How many people say this is who you are as to how much it counts to your authority? So if you have a bunch of them and you're wishy-washy on this process and you have a bunch of different variations, Google's just going to go, these guys don't even know who they are. You know, they're not going to count it. So you'll kind of shoot yourself in the foot with that. And don't try and muscle them. Don't try and tell them, no, Google, you don't know who I am. This is my real name, address, and phone number. Just take what they think and go with it. They already think they've figured it out. So reinforce what they believe. That will be your best path. Unless you've, like, if you change your business name or something, obviously you want to get them to figure it out. So that's really the only way that you want to muscle them. But if they've already got it and they're close, just don't fight it. Just go with it. Like, for instance, I'm on Mammoth Drive, right? Well, do they want it spelled out drive or do they want it DR? I would just look and see what they've got and go with it. You know, same thing with Av and Avenue, whether the Avenue is full caps or just the A is capped. Believe me, just take what they've got and run with it. That's the only way you'll actually get the benefit out of that. So, and especially if you're syndicating the thing, you don't want to syndicate a mistake. If you're going to make mistakes, make them one at a time. Don't magnify them.
And a quick follow-up question. If you use Yext or one of the syndicators, aggregators, do you think it would work to pay for a few months and, 3 to 6 months and then stop?
You could do that. I know some of them, like Yext in particular, they're real assholes about that. They will actually remove your listings.
Oh my God. Okay.
They're not cool.
Yeah.
The only way that I would actually pay for a syndication like that is, let's say I change the business name and I'm trying to get Google to understand by mass, putting that out in mass by syndicating it. That's a good way to do that.
Okay.
They might pay attention. That might take them a while, but that would be a legitimate reason for doing that.
Awesome.
But other than that, there's a lot of free stuff. There's free software. There's free resources where you can syndicate your NAP. That's what they call it, NAP, name, address, phone number. So if you hear that term, that's all they're talking about. They're not telling you to go take a snooze.
Side question.
Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
When's the ship ever going to sail again that we can join?
My ship?
Yes. When can we go fishing?
Oh shit. Just let me know. It's pretty readily available.
All right.
We have a new thing. I don't know if any of you guys follow me on Facebook or not, but we went out last weekend.
That's what I was thinking, Jeffrey.
We left Saturday night. We got over to Catalina and we tried this out for the first time, dropping lobster traps. And we dropped 2 traps. You can have up to 10 traps on the boat, but I only had 2. So we dropped 2 traps. And then we fiddled around for a couple hours and then came back and pulled the traps up. And each trap had 7 lobster in it. I'm like, holy shit, this is awesome.
Oh my God.
So we were eating lobster tacos that night, like they're going out of style. It was pretty cool. And, there was some short ones in there, so a lot of them got thrown back, but it was pretty productive for a nice dinner. And I've recently found out that there's more, probably as much, if not more, lobster inside Long Beach Harbor where my boat is than there is at Catalina. So it's like, we don't even have to leave the harbor. We can basically go drop the traps, come back to the slip, have dinner, go out, pull them, and have dessert. So pretty cool stuff. In fact, Jeff was on the boat. We went down and we looked at some of the warships. These lobster I'm talking about are halfway between my boat and the warship. So that's a fairly short run to go pull lobster. So cool stuff. But yeah, I will send out another notice. Another thing that I'm going to do, one of the plans for the coming year with the boat is to run masterminds on the boat, like with 4 to 6 people. We'll get on there, we'll do a little masterminding, we'll hang out, go look at the dolphins, whatever you guys want to do, and just have a good time. It's what I got it for.
Yeehaw, might have to fly out to Florida.
Yeah. Are you in Florida?
No, I'm in California.
Oh, well, I'm in California too. The boat's in Long Beach.
Oh, I thought for some reason it was in Florida.
No, I'm actually looking at another boat in Florida, a much bigger boat.
For the right money, you can ride it to Florida to pick you up.
Yeah, I'm looking at a very large boat in Florida to put in a charter company, and I'll let the charter company just run it, manage it, and then I'll just have it for like a month out of the year.
You're such a networker. You're amazing. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I love it when I can get my toys to pay for themselves.
Totally.
John,
Yes, go ahead, Jeannie.
it is such a joy to see you achieve your dream with all the hard work, and you minimize your brilliance. You really are brilliant, and we appreciate you sharing.
Oh, well, thank you. It's kind of like I'm a 30-year overnight success, right?
I love those.
So beautiful.
Yeah, but I've definitely had my share of knocks and learned my lessons over the years, and it's I like the road it's led me to. I'm pretty happy with the journey and everything. They say what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Well, I'm stronger than hell.
That's right. Thank you.
Nothing's killed me yet. So, all right. Anything else before we wrap up?
Can you be sure to post this so that we can listen again? That would be awesome.
Sure. Yep. I actually I think I posted 3 of them last week. I was a little behind, but yeah, I'm home today, so I don't have anywhere to rush off to. So I'll get this up for you.
Awesome.
Do you post these by date?
They are posted by date, but I think I haven't figured out how to resort the order of them.
Yeah.
But I know where I set them up in the archive in YouTube, they're in the Dominator weekly call section. And I think it's the oldest first. So you might have to scroll all the way to the bottom to get to the freshest new ones. But they should be in order of the order that I load them up in. So.
Yay.
All
Much
right.
prosperity to everyone. Thank you, John.
All right.
John.
Yeah. Thank you guys for all being on here and great questions, and keep them coming. I only want to take you guys where you want to go. So.
Thank you again.
All right, guys. We will talk to you next week. Have a great week, and let me know if I can help you in any way. Bye-bye.